To include as many as we can on the show. Who's this? Oh, no, I remember this letter. I had a letter not so long ago off a gentleman who was a teacher who suddenly dropped tools and became an undertaker, and I wanted to know why, and he's answered me, so here we go. Dear Paul, the other week you asked how, after 20 years of primary school teaching, I became an undertaker. Suppose it drove you to it, did it? No. Well, I started my 4-year Bachelor of Education degree course in 1987, and 20 years later, primary school teaching has changed, and so had I. And so I resigned, took 3 months off, and with no job in sight, went up to Great Yarmouth to visit my mum and dad. At that time, they kept a pub, and I popped in for a drink. In the pub was the local funeral director. He doesn't bring his work home with him, does he? What's that got to do with last door, just because I mentioned alehouse? Oh, Malcolm. Anyway, in the alehouse was the local funeral director, and he asked me what I was going to do about getting a new job. I reminded him that my grandmother worked for his grandfather and that I fancy doing his job. So when I got home, I saw an advert in the local paper for a funeral arranger. Malcolm, this is longer than Gone with the Wind. Ugh, I applied and got the job. It is really funny. Funny? Messing around with corpses all day. Oh, it's really funny, but I don't miss teaching at all. Oh, sorry. I didn't see that semicolon, whatever it was. My job can be very sad, but incredibly rewarding. My partner and I enjoy taking trips to the theatre, and they're a real lift. And just what you need when you do this job. Thanks for a great show, Paul Thirtle. Well, thank you for filling me in, Paul. I'll be able to sleep tonight now. Just as well you met an undertaker, not a farmer or bomb disposal unit in the alehouse, isn't it? Otherwise you might be doing a different career. Dear Paul, thanks for another show.